Let's get started. I would like to introduce KYZEN's own Fernando Rueda.
Good morning and welcome to today's Tech to Tech session. We will discuss how to fine-tune your inline cleaning process and what to do to keep it tuned up. So whether you're cleaning electronics, metal parts, or sophisticated advanced packages, you need a stable and reliable cleaning process. There are many critical applications where your cleaning process plays a very important role, like aerospace applications, automotive, electronic circuits, medical implants, etc. So for today's presentation, we're going to concentrate on the electronics assembly inline cleaning process, but most of these practices can apply to all industries. When it comes to setting up your process and maintaining your process, these are the key parameters that you want to watch. Time, energy, which will be provided by your cleaning equipment, solvency, which will be provided by your chemistry, and temperature. So, as I mentioned, we need a stable and consistent cleaning process. So to accomplish that, we will need process monitoring tools, process control tools, or both. You can get in touch with us if you are in need of one of these. To start our process, we're going to need a DI water source, which is usually going to be a DI closed loop recycling system. This system is composed of one or more carbon canisters and one or more mixed bed resin canisters. The activated carbon canister is going to pre-filter the media going through, the water going through, and the mixed bed resin canister is going to remove all the ionic content. So we are going to need enough water in the facility to supply water to the entire machine when the demand is at the maximum, when there are multiple pieces of equipment or multiple areas requesting water. Another key part of setting up your process is your exhaust and airflow through the machine. Excuse me. Exhaust and airflow need to be balanced so it goes towards the load end, but very slightly. Variable frequency drive can facilitate controlling the airflow in your machine. Some of the key pieces to keep an eye on are total CFM draw at each port, static pressure, and your ability to be able to adjust that flow in there. Again, at the end, you need to have a net flow of air going towards the entrance of the machine. Setting your exhaust ducts and all that, you need to make sure that all the materials are compatible with your chemistry, and your ducts should be slightly sloped to prevent leakage back to the machine. Your nozzles is also very important. We recommend a combination of fan and coherent nozzles. Fan nozzles are going to provide good floating action. Coherent nozzles are going to provide penetration under SMT components like VGAs, flip chip, etc. And that's going to help push the flux out from underneath the components. Some characteristics to watch in your nozzles when you are selecting them: pressure, atomization, flow rate, and spray angle. The first area in your cleaning system is going to be your wash section. You could have a pre-wash and a wash, or just a wash. In the pre-wash section, you're going to be soaking the boards, the parts, and that's going to soften the residues. It's going to increase the temperature of that assembly, and it's going to make it easier to clean in the wash section. In the wash section, you're going to have higher pressures, and you're going to do most of the cleaning. A key part of this to help you reduce cross-contamination and consumption with chemistry is angling the last nozzle bar about 5 degrees towards the wash section. In your chemical isolation, whether you have a single air knife or a combination of air knife and wet knife, water spray, you need to make sure it's well set up. And you need to have that first air knife angled towards the wash section to drive that chemistry back to the wash section. And you need to make sure that the right pressures are in your water spray and second air knives also. This will avoid getting chemistry into your DI system and degrading it. Your rinse section, we are going to use this to remove the remaining residues from chemistry, maybe some particles, a little bit of flux. Clogged nozzles will cause pore rinsing and potentially leave ionic residues on the board. Next would be your final rinse. Your final rinse, we always say you are only as clean as your final rinse. So we need to make sure that this section is set up properly. We have the correct pressures, no clogged nozzles, etc. So we get good rinsing and no ionic residues are left on the board. In the drying section, we are gonna mechanically remove the water that is left on the board. And if we have good temperature, we have a good pressure on the airflow in the blowers, we're gonna get a good dry board, and you're gonna eliminate the need for a post-bake of the boards. When it comes to your chemistry, you need to make sure that the chemistry is a good match for your soil. Likes dissolve likes. In terms of safety and environmental safety, always go to your safety data sheet for the proper guidelines and recommendations. Environmental, the safety data sheet is going to give you some guidelines, but you need to check with your local authorities on that. So most of the chemistries out there in the market are splitting chemistries these days, and you need to make sure that they are well mixed in the wash tank, especially when you're taking a sample. So you should follow the procedure recommended by your chemistry supplier and take that sample so you can get a good, reliable reading. Lastly, the bath life of your chemistry is going to depend mostly on how much soil you introduce in it. Drag out can also be an influence, but color, looks, or any floating particles in the air are not indicative of your bath life. So in terms of a recommended schedule for maintenance, we have different intervals in here and different things. Every shift, you should be checking your nozzles for clogging and alignment, air knives that have the proper alignment, pressures on your pumps, exhaust, airflow. Now check your monitoring system or control system to make sure it's working correctly, etc. Every week, you're gonna check your chemical isolation. You're gonna make sure that your DI water system is working correctly and providing you the high quality water that you need. 18 mega ohms is ideal. If you don't take care of your DI system, the water can drop very quickly from 18 to 9 in 3 days and 9 to 3 in 5 days. And it could go below 1 mega ohm, which is not DI water anymore, in 1 week. Monthly maintenance, it's a little bit more in depth with your equipment. You're going to be checking your manifolds, your nozzles, pump intake screens, blower belts, etc. And on your annual or semi-annual maintenance, you're going to be checking your blower motors, pumps, etc. Adding some grease, change filters for your blowers, etc. If you need additional support, your machine supplier or manufacturer of the machine, local distributor, and for the chemistry, your Kaizen regional manager or our tech support in headquarters, as well as our local distributor, and of course, these tech-to-tech seminars and other resources available in our website. We have an extensive network. We have multiple facilities across the globe and a lot of an extensive network of reps and distributors that can support you globally. And I'm gonna pass it back to Sherry for questions.
Thank you, Fernando. If you would like to discuss this topic further, please contact your local Kaizen regional manager or send an email to tech@kaizen.com. And we will have one of our cleaning experts schedule a follow-up with you as soon as possible. Again, we thank you all for joining us today, and we hope to see you again soon. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great day.